Let's stay in Ondo State, where the Supreme Court has affirmed Lucky Aiyedatiwa of the All Progressives Congress as the governor of Ondo State, dismissing a challenge by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Agboola Ajayi. Justice Garba Lawal ruled that Ajayi's appeal, which alleged discrepancies in Deputy Governor Olayide Adelami's name change, lacked merit. The court upheld lower court decisions that dismissed the case on procedural grounds, ruling that Ajayi lacked the legal standing to sue and filed the case beyond the 14-day limit. The Apex Court described the petition as baseless and ordered Ajayi to pay 2 million naira in costs to each of the 4 respondents. To discuss this, we are joined by a lawyer and a public affairs analyst, Okiki Adeniran. Thank you so much, Mr. Adeniran, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
Did you think the Supreme Court's judgments could have gone otherwise than affirming Governor Aiyedatiwa's victory?
Well, I do not think so at all, because, you know, there's a saying that says that if the foundation be destroyed, what shall the righteous do? As you can see, and also, you know, we have heard from the Supreme Court, the foundation of this case was already defective to the extent that the appellant brought the case to court beyond the 14 days. You know, before you bring such case to court, you have 14 days within which you're supposed to bring that kind of case to court. And, you know, this came after the 14 days. And such case, you do not have an extension of time to file it. You know, it's called a pre-election case. So a pre-election case is when you have issues with a particular election, maybe a primary election. You have only 14 days within which you have to file your case before the court. And, you know, it wasn't done at the right time. And, you know, the foundation was defective and nothing could have been done at all about that. So, you know, I didn't think about it that it was going to go the other way. I you know, very certain that it was going to be affirmed by the Supreme Court any other way.
Okay, so in line with what you said, you know, the court dismissed the case on procedural grounds, that the appellant lacked local standi and that the case was statute barred. But then, are these not technical grounds as against Ajayi's allegations of document falsification, which might actually be valid?
So the thing about the court is the court has procedural rules. You know, it's the law. You know, there are laid down rules for the court to follow. You can have a good case and bring it at the wrong time. You know, it defeats the whole thing. So you cannot sleep on your rights and say, okay, you have to wake up at a particular time and you feel that you should go approach the court at that time. If the case was not brought to court at the time it was supposed to be brought to court as stated by the law, there's nothing you can do about it. So there's a number of days that have been given, you know, to a particular person, for a particular case to be heard by the court. If it's not done within that, you know, number of days, that means the case is gone. So, and again, to also speak regarding what you said about, you know, Ajayi having a local stand. Yes, it does not have a local standard to even, you know, approach the court to vary an election that happened within another party. It's, you know, the court itself will not delve into an intra-party matter as specifically. I'll give you an example. If there's a primary election, the court will dissociate itself because it's basically regarding the laws of the party, the rules of the party, and that was how the election was done. So if another person is coming to, you know, vary the election of that particular party, you know, it will be very wrong, as it was stated by the Supreme Court. The person would be counted as a meddlesome interloper, right? In the sense that the person do not have the right to come to court, to come and, you know, point an accusing finger to say the particular way the election was done was wrong. Cumulatively, talking about the case was already started, but was beyond 14 days, and nothing could have been done about that. The court cannot extend time. And again, the person that brought the case do not have the legal right to bring the case before the court. So, you know, it was just a case that was dead on arrival.
Okay, so if Agboola didn't have the local standby, who would have been in the right position to present a case of discrepancies in a document that would have helped someone get into an elective position? That could, of course, that document would have been admitted by the courts. Who has that right?
So the thing about it is this: there are intra-party rules. There are means of resolving disputes within the party. If such has happened, it could have been, resolved within the party. And apart from that, an individual, right? An individual probably under the constitution regarding, falsification, forgery, another thing, can be brought separately. If they're going to bring this under a pre-election matter, right, it has to be within a particular number of time. And if you're going to do that at all, you have to be someone who has the legal right to question such, document and question such election. If you look at it very well, the course of this matter was based on the election of Governor Aiyedatiwa. And, such thing, it's a, like I said, it's a pre-election matter. Pre-election matters are classified as an election, as a case that was supposed to be handled within a number of time, even before the election specifically. Okay. And if it goes beyond that, it means that there has been, a big issues, even before the election at all. So to say again, Mr. Agboola Ajayi had probably, filed this case at the time, a wrong time, wrong timing, and a time, it shouldn't be filed.
All right,
and again, like I said, he has appeared before the court as a medicine interloper and not someone who has a legal right.
All right, Okiki, to just round this up, to round this up now, let's look at it on a broader scale. Do you trust the integrity of the court judgments in Nigeria over electoral disputes that you've seen in the last few years, or you see them as being tilted in favor of incumbency, or maybe a party over another?
Well, I trust the judgment of the court. The court is hallowed. The court is supreme, right? And it's the last hope of the common man. I know that there's been speculations and other issues regarding judgment coming up from the court, but I'll state this, that there are principles to so many things. And just like lawyers who go to court and, present their cases before the court, there are so many things that the judges look at and weigh this case by before having a judgment. Okay. So for my own, I believe that yes, the position of the law is what is being given up by the courts, and we believe what the court is doing, especially what the Supreme Court did today. It's succinct and is very, very good judgment.
All right, Mr. Okiki Adeniran, lawyer and public affairs analyst, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us.